Welcome back, everybody. My name is Taylor Martin. This is the best Damn EDC, and it's time for another EDC Weekly. And since July 4th is just a couple of days away, I figured why not dedicate this entire episode to American-made gear. So all of the carries that you see in this video will be almost entirely made in the USA. That gets a little tricky, especially with things like watches and sometimes flashlights, but for the most part, everything you see in this video will be made in the US of A. So with that said, let's do the damn thing. For those of you who are new here, we kick things off with what I'm carrying and also what's in my glass. In the glass today, we have Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. I have to thank my buddy Jeremy Sayers, not only for the glass that it's in, but turning me on to this stuff. It's absolutely delicious. I really love this stuff, and I've burned through a couple of bottles already. It's just really, really good. But for what I'm carrying today, the knife in my pocket, my American-made knife is the Chris Reeve Umnumzan, one of my all-time favorite knives. And I've said it many times over now, if I could only have one knife, this would probably be the knife. If it's not this one, it's probably gonna be one of my Shuragorovs, but this is easily one of my favorite knives that I have. Flashlight that I'm carrying today is the one that I've had in my pocket since Blade Show. This is the CWF Micro Arcadian Click in titanium. Love this thing, very, very compact and super bright. I actually don't carry a pry bar a ton these days, but I've had this one in my pocket quite a bit. This is from Nice Guy Machine Company. It's called Mr. Nice Bar. Just a really big stick of titanium with an integrated clip. Really cool design, and the guy behind them is really, really nice guy. The pen is one of my own. This is the tactile turn bolt action short that was customized by my buddy Rick over at Zero Feud with my design that we used in the video way back when. So we did a little production of these and dropped them at Blade Show. I also selfishly have my own wallet in my pocket. This is the Carry Commission Redeemed Creations Slim Wallet. So Redeemed Creation logo there on the back. These are actually in stock over at Carry Commission as of the time of this recording. So if you're interested in one of these, they are available for now. And finally, the keys. I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff here, but the keys, I have an OD micarta and bronze titanium key bar junior, and I have that attached to a tough clip from my buddy JRW, or Jamie from JRW. And this, just a little teaser there, is a Carry Commission exclusive with Topo, probably my favorite key solution to date. And I've been through a lot of them, so that should mean something to somebody somewhere, maybe. Maybe not. And I nearly forgot the watch on my wrist. This has two makers involved. We have the Greg Stevens Designs GSD 3A in the Explorer variant, also something I got at Blade Show. I love this watch. It's really, really, really grown on me. I loved it to begin with, but I've fallen even more in love with it. It's just a really solid, simple watch. And on this watch, I have a strap, an elastic strap from Nick Mankey Designs. These things are so, so comfortable. This is one of my favorite straps to throw on a watch, and just super comfy, super comfy. It's like it's not even there. It's just one of the most comfortable ways to wear a watch on an elastic strap like this. And Nick Mankey is also a really great guy. So is Greg. Love both of these things, and I'm glad I can wear them together. But anyway, that's what I'm carrying. On to the next thing. And today I want to introduce a new segment for the EDC Weekly. I'm going to call it From the Community. At least for now. I'm gonna try to come up with a better name, but chances are I'll never come up with a better name, and I'm just gonna tell you that I'm gonna come up with a better name for like 3 years and nothing will ever change. But my idea is that I wanna bring you some news from within the community, whether it's a new maker that I really like, something cool that's happened within the community, or new gear that's dropping. I want to kind of keep you guys up to date on stuff that's happening within the community. It's a very large community, things move fast, and it's kind of difficult to keep up with, even for me. And I want to try to make that easier for you guys. But as I ramp the EDC Weekly back up to a weekly show, I want you to rely on it as a place of news, a news source for the EDC community, so that you can come here and know what's happening, what's upcoming, all of that stuff. With that said, first up, we have a Kickstarter campaign from none other than Big Idea Design. These guys are Kickstarter veterans. They've got over 20, I think it's at least 25, 27, 28 successful campaigns. They know what they're doing. They make amazing pens, and this one is no different. This is their bolt action, which you guys have been waiting for a very long time. It's very much like the TI Click EDC, but it is a bolt action instead of a click pin, and same idea. You can adjust it to fit many different inserts. I think it takes over 100 refills, so you can put your Pilot G2 refill, your Schneider Jellion, or your Schmidt Easy Flow Parker, whatever you like to use. This will take most refills that you're familiar with, but this just launched on Kickstarter this week, so there's plenty of time left. Hit the link in the description if you want to see more. And there are two other Kickstarters I want to just bring to your attention very quickly. One is from Novel Carry. You may be familiar with them from Instagram. They have launched a Kickstarter for a pry bar called the SlideKick. It's a very unique design in that it's a pry bar and it has bit storage inside with a little drawer. Pretty cool little tool. That one's on Kickstarter, and I think they've got about 22, 23 days left on the campaign. And then there was another one that just kind of popped up as a recommended as I was looking at that one, and it's these little EDC Mini Tweezers. I don't know how much time is left on that campaign. I think it's successfully funded already. I thought it was a really cool and unique design, and also made here in the USA. So you can go check all of those Kickstarters out with the links down below. And the final bit of news comes from WeKnife. They are doing this cool little mystery box where you buy a WeKnife Arrakis, which is an Yochem design, and you get a mystery Civivi in the box. So in this box, obviously, you get the Arrakis. If you're not familiar with what knife that is, it's a little futuristic, funny looking thing. I don't know how to explain it other than futuristic and kind of funny looking. There you go, that is the Arrakis. So you buy this and you get a mystery Civivi knife in the box. In my mystery box, what Civivi did I get? Oh, big boy. So this was the mystery Civivi in my box. This is the Mastodon, just a massive folding cleaver, liner lock on phosphor bronze washers. I talked about this in the Civivi video I did a while back, but this is just a tank of a cleaver. That is what's going on in the community. And finally, what you guys have been waiting for, the Made in USA carries. I've had this video requested so many times over the years. I would say probably up there in the top 5 recommendations since I started the channel. So here we are, we're finally doing it. And first up, this submission comes from Jacob Yochem. You can find him over in the Discord server getting ragged on in the NAFS channel. It's just the way it is. He's a good guy, but we like to rag on him. You can also find him over on Instagram at Yoc_EDC. First up in this photo, we have something we're gonna see a lot in this video, an Okluma DC0 in titanium. Next to that, the pry bar is the Lynch Northwest All Access Pass 1.5. That one is a DLT Trading exclusive version. He also has a ProTech Runt 5 with the black aluminum handles and a special little button there. He also has a Lucas Burnley custom tuna, a Mighty Hanks Mighty Mini, a Fisher Space Spin bullet, and then finally to the bottom right of the photo is the Workman Womp finger tool. We'll call it a finger tool. Yak says, one area I really struggle is carrying keys. I'd love to find a perfect key solution, but I'm not sure such a solution exists. These little tough clips, here's one without the key bar on it. These right here are amazing. It doesn't seem like it would be as good as it is, but these things are really, really solid. And you don't have to throw a key bar on it. I actually prefer a little U-bolt, like I've talked about in the past. Throw a little U-bolt on this thing and it's as simple as it gets without being too simple. It's perfect. It's just really, really good. He also says, as a proud American, I'm always looking to support my fellow Americans when buying EDC gear, starting with the Okluma. This has been my go-to EDC light for a very long time now. It's slim, light, and easy to carry. For small EDC tasks, it just works. Jeff is a great guy as well and offers an amazing warranty. The Lynch Northwest All Access Pass is a staple. The Mighty Hank is a great background for EDC picks and it helps wipe down my glasses and knife blades. The ProTech Runt is a newer addition to my EDC, but it has quickly become one of my favorites. It's super snappy and a fantastic letter opener and package opener. The tuna is my favorite knife in my collection from my all-time favorite maker, Lucas Burnley. This bad boy has seen some hard use cutting apples and posing for EDC pictures. Nice. You wonder why he gets ragged on. The Fisher bullet is another great EDC staple. It's small and writes anywhere. What more could you ask for from a pen? The last item is the Workman Womp EDC Nuck. Let's be real, this one just looks pretty and makes a nice fidget toy. Pocket trash like this is becoming very popular in the EDC world lately, and I encourage you all to embrace the trash and buy a Cypop. Happy 4th and God bless. I love how aware the EDC world is. So people not in the EDC world probably think we're all lunatics and crazy and waste our money on crazy things. We all know that. It's no surprise, it's no secret, we're all aware of it, but the EDC is becoming hyper aware. So we now call things like nucks and coins pocket trash, which frankly, I love that name, pocket trash. It's just on the nose, exactly what it is, but also it's good stuff. It's cool stuff. You carry it just because you want to. not because it has any specific function, just makes you feel good, and sometimes that's all that matters. Anyway, thank you for sharing, Yoch. The next submission comes from Hector Sanchez. You can find him over on Instagram at WhatTheHector. That's funny, I didn't even look at that before I read it. That's great. In this photo we have a Fellholter tie bolt. He says this is the full-sized, full spiral fluted in titanium, custom Moku tie handle and bolt by Andy Wah, Tana Tools cap spin. That's an expensive pin, just throwing that out there. The flashlight that you see in this photo is the Laulima Metalworks Malahini. I think that's how all of that's pronounced, probably not, probably slaughtered it. He also has a Hinderer Gen 6 XM24 Harpoon Sponto, and then a billet spin Gambit fidget coin in twist Damascus stainless spoked spin. Whew. Okay, Hector says, the Hinderer XM24 is surprisingly easy to carry, assuming you have a belt, LOL, but once you get used to having such a big knife, it's really hard to carry anything else. I kind of feel the same about the Umnumzan. I'm pretty sure the XM24 is considerably larger than the Umnumzan, but the Umnumzan is a big knife, and I just love carrying it. It's just, this is a big knife. Anyway, thank you for sharing this. Really cool carry you've got put together here with the blue accents and the titanium and gray. Like, everything here is really, really nice. Also, I'm super excited to have a flashlight, the new one from Laulima on the way. It's the new Ion, and I'm very excited to check it out. The next submission comes from someone who's actually been featured on the channel a few times now, Kamuela, probably slaughtering all of this as well. You can find them over on Instagram at Meahanapahi. Just always has quality gear on it. First up, we have the David Mosier NYS 2.0. That is the knife that you see in the center of the photo. Next to that is the custom Swiss Army knife. That, of course, is a Brassworks Pioneer X in titanium with stonewashed tools. He has an Armstrong Metalworks brass / micarta coin, and he carries that in a shell Cordovan slip made by Edie Kualik. And beside that, underneath the knife, is the best Damn EDC or my own Topo Mighty Hanks Mighty Mini. Underneath that is the Nutsack admin pouch. To the right of that is the Redeemed Creations notebook wallet, and then inside that he has a Tactile Turn Slim Mini in titanium, and then to the top left of the photo is the All-American Maker American Whiskey candle. He says, I've been minimizing my gear a ton since getting into watches. This NYS 2.0 is the only folder I currently own, and it's a fantastic EDC. Picking up a few missing pieces, a light and pry to complete the carry, but very cool carry, and I like that. All of this stuff is American made, except on a technicality, the Swiss Army knife is technically from Switzerland, but it's been modified right here in the US, so little technicality there. And speaking of the admin pouch by Nutsack, I actually switched a lot of my stuff over to the admin pouch for my EDC bag, so I carry my stuff inside my bag. And that brings us to today's sponsor, Nutsack. If you are not familiar with Nutsack, they make some of the best damn bags, period. I've been carrying their bags for years, and they're just so good. They're made out of really high quality materials like wax canvas and leather, and they're built to last, but they still look very, very classic and classy. Nutsack hand sews the bags right here in the USA. They come with a lifetime warranty, and they also come with a money back guarantee. One of the most recent additions to the Nutsack lineup are the Taxac bags. They keep the same styling as the other laptop style satchel bags, but the new Taxac 13 and 15 have MOLLE webbing inside the main pocket and inside the back exterior pocket. And with that MOLLE webbing, you can actually organize and customize the bag to suit your needs. You can use other MOLLE compatible gear, but Nutsack has what it calls mods, such as its admin pouch and holster, and a few other pieces of gear that are currently available, but they're also releasing other mods throughout 2021. But one of my favorite features of the Taxac is that they added 2 zippers to the main pocket. So there are already 2, they added 2 more. So now you can access the bag without opening the lid, or really from any angle, even while you're wearing the bag. And that is a really, really cool feature. And if you want to support the channel and learn more about what Nutsack has to offer, as well as the Taxac 13 and 15, be sure to hit the link in the description down below. And once again, I want to thank Nutsack for sponsoring this video. Next up, we have a submission from Evan, or traditional_EDC, over on Instagram. And this one's super simple. There's no wallet or watch or keys, but the gear that is here is quintessential USA made EDC gear, and some of the most like staple gear in that category, I would say. First up, we have the Tactile Turn bolt action short in the left of the photo. Next to that is, of course, the Chris Reeve Knives Large Sabenza 31. Looks like he has a Lynch Northwest deep carry clip on that as well. Next to that is the Okluma DC0 in titanium and a Lynch Northwest All Access Pass 1.5. On that, he has the Urban Carvers titanium bead. And then beside that is a Northeast Oddities domino, just a little fidget domino. We've talked about them in the past. Evan says, I bought, tested, and tried a lot of EDC gear, and somehow I end up coming back to this carry. It's simple, functional, and will last a lifetime. This is mostly everything I own after selling most of my collection. I don't miss the knives or gear I used to have. For now, I will keep it simple and minimal. Quality is greater than quantity. He says, thanks to the guys over in the Discord for making this a fun and enjoyable hobby. This community is awesome. It never surprises me with what's next. We've seen a lot of this stuff already. Tactile Turn Pin, Crisp Reeve Knife, Okluma, Lynch Northwest. Like, those are just absolute staples. They're quality gear and a lot of people carry them for a very good reason. I don't think anybody's gonna argue that. So thank you for sharing. And next up we have a submission from Jesse Hayes, and this one takes a little bit of a turn in that Jesse himself is a maker within the community. You can find him over on Instagram at Reaver Arms. First up in the photo on the far right is the knife, that is the Koenig Arius, and then next to that is his flashlight, the Reaver Arms Citadel. He also has an Urban Survival Gear tie scribe with a Damascus clip, a Tactical Keychains original tuck, and then finally, there is an Uzen Hank's Jedi Master Hank and toe tag. Jesse says, I love products made here at home. I make my products such as the Citadel myself, from design, machining to hand finishing in my shop here in Northern California. In addition to the flashlight, all of my other gear in this photo is made 100% by makers I love and respect here in the US. All of them are great people as well. And that's something you're gonna see throughout the community. If you spend any time getting to know anybody in the community, so many people just respect each other. They're all friends. There's not this big competitive thing. They're all just really good people making cool gear, and they love to collaborate and work with each other. And pretty much everybody in the industry is gonna say the same thing about pretty much everybody else. Like, it's just a big, huge, awesome community of great makers, great people, and I love it. These flashlights you make, Jesse, are absolutely beautiful. Someday, I hope to try one out myself. And thank you for sharing. Next up, we have a submission from Jerome Darlucio? No idea. But you can find him over on Instagram at gob.edcph. No idea what that means either. First up, I should say that this photo is awesome, just really, really high quality photo. And first up in the middle of the photo is the Hinderer Eclipse Harpoon Sponto with a micarta scale. The flashlight that you see behind that is the Mech Force Mech Torch Gen 2. The pin that you see in the front of the photo is the Nottingham Tactical TI Clicky G2 Mini, and that's sitting on top of a metal Combworks popper. In the back of the photo, the wallet is the Craft & Lore port wallet. And finally, to the top right of the photo is the Seiko SNZ G15 field watch. And that's something that's tricky. Watches are tricky. So I said that this watch is American made. This watch is not American made. It's made by a maker in America. It's assembled in America, but all the parts come from other places. And that's really gonna be the case with most watches. You could get a Weiss watch. I think that's gonna be the closest thing that you could get to a truly American made watch, but it's tough. It's tough to get a truly American made watch. You can support small makers who are making watches and then assembling them here in the US, but that's really gonna be the core of your US watches. I've actually never really paid attention to the Hinderer Eclipse before. I didn't even realize that it wasn't an XM18 until I started reading this. So that's cool. Cool to see something different. You don't see many Nottingham pins on this show either. So really cool carry. I love the photo. Just everything about this. Everything goes well together. The browns and the titanium. Really, really nice. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful carry. Next up, we have a submission from SirWolfanite. You can also find him on Instagram, I think, at SirWolfanite. Don't hold me to that. But in this photo, I think this is actually the first Leatherman. Wow. So in this photo, we have the Leatherman ST300. The knife that you see in the photo here is the Emerson Bulldog. He also has a 1992 Eagle Zippo. He also has a tactile turn bolt action mini in copper with a Damascus bolt. And then underneath everything is an Infinite Designs Hank. SirWolfanite says, I currently only own one flashlight and I'm looking for another one that I can clip in my pocket in the sub $100 range. I love my Raylight Pineapple Mini, but I want to explore and try out different types of gear. The Prometheus Beta QRV2 gets recommended so much. Highly recommend it myself. But that under $100 mark is a tricky one. There are really good flashlights in that range, but it's kind of, it really depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for something bigger, smaller. It's really hard to recommend something like that. The regular Raylight Pineapple is a really good one, but yeah, I don't know if you're looking for AA, AAA. I don't know what size flashlight you're looking for exactly. He also says, I like being prepared for random situations I may be in while going through my day-to-day, and I do know that I can rely on my gear when I need it. I've put both the Emerson and my ST300 through a lot of abuse, and they still come back strong. That is a tough, hard use, American-made carry. Thank you for sharing. Next up, we have a submission from Orlando Fillip, and this one is gonna have a few of those technicalities in it as well. You can find him over on Instagram at stormtrooper_stelvio. And first up in this photo, we have a Tale of Knives Slim Standard Pocket Trio. That is just outside to the top left of the photo. He has a Dosifin Amir hot rack in whiskey in Bordeaux leather with red stitching. That is to the top right of the photo. He also has in the bottom of the photo a Tale of Knives Ace 2.0 to hold his keys in. He has a key bar in titanium, a Grimsmo Saga pin, and then the knife you see in the center of the photo is the Chris Reeve Knives Large Suspended 21 in red linen micarta, a Knives Ship Free exclusive with a CRK burgundy lanyard and bead. He has a Big Ada Design TPT slide with a Zero Feud Topo blade, a burgundy lanyard and a titanium bead, and then a Leatherman Charge TTI with a Topo Design scales, burgundy lanyard, and a TI bead. A little bit of a theme here if you couldn't tell. And then underneath everything is the Mighty Hank's Geological Survey Mighty Mini Hank. And then there's one thing in the photo that he doesn't mention, and that is the Tech Accessories tie tape. That is the little tape measure, the little circle thing that you see between the Leatherman and the knife. So the technicality, Big Ada Design, yes, they're an American company. Stuff isn't made here in America. The Tech Accessories tie tape, I'm pretty sure that's not made in America. And technically the Grimsmo Saga is a Canadian made pin. So there are some technicalities, but everything else here is definitely American made. He says, I'm always looking for more handy titanium gear. I'm on the lookout for a magnetic pickup tool that has titanium housing. Cannot help you there. I work in prototyping at Ford Motor Company, so I need gear that can take a beating, even if it's just getting scratched when I'm laying on the ground working on vehicles. That one's real. That one's definitely real. Titanium is my go-to material for hard abuse. Everything in this photo is my usual everyday carry. As a side gig, I design automotive parts in CAD software. I plan on getting into designing EDC gear soon. The Saga just came in this week, and the number I got is more important to me personally, so I'm very happy I got it in time. Very cool, very, very tough carry, and I love seeing all of this stuff from so many different awesome makers. And the final submission this week comes from mightyjoshi. Been featured here on the channel before, very active in the Discord, but he's actually German. So I thought it was really cool to make the very last photo USA made gear from a German who lives in Germany. So here we go. First up, we have a Tactile Turn Zero Feud Carry Commission Blade Show exclusive bolt action short. That's the pin that I'm carrying today. He had to have bought it secondary because they were at Blade Show and he didn't come. So next up, we have an Okluma DC0 in titanium, as well as a Lynch Northwest All Access Pass 2.5. He has a Koenig Arius Gen 4 no flipper, a Turkey Foot's Leatherwork notebook cover, and the wallet that you see in the top right is the Tale of Knives wallet. He has an Atlas Creation custom handkerchief, and then sitting on top of that is a Zero Feud bead. He said, it's not easy to get American-made stuff to Germany, but I try my best to get to experience this awesome gear in person. I'm actually very jealous of that knife, the Gen 4 non-flipper Koenig Arius with titanium. That is the one to get. That's what I would look for if I were to get a Koenig Arius. That's the one I would want. Other than that, just really, really solid gear from American makers. Obviously, I think the pin's awesome, but I might be a little bit biased. And the flashlight comes with high praise. It was featured in 1/3 of the submissions for this video. So pretty obvious that it's a solid flashlight. So thank you all for submitting. You guys have some really, really awesome carries. And if you did not get featured this week, don't worry. I am bringing the show back to weekly. I'm working so hard. It's a very time-consuming video to make every single week. And that's why I stopped making it, because it's very, very time consuming. And currently, if I try to do it by myself, I will end up just doing this video every week. And that's not what this channel's about. I want to do some other stuff too. So I've made the necessary changes to bring this show back weekly. And that is something that you're going to see over the next couple of months. It's going to be brought back weekly. That is a promise. So keep submitting. That is actually the most important thing. I can't make the show if you guys don't submit your carries. So keep going there. That is edcw.co to submit your carry to the EDC Weekly, and maybe you'll be featured in the future. And one thing, as I bring this back more frequently, I want to get back to doing the giveaways alongside the EDC Weekly. So if you want to win some gear, submit your carries. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below, subscribe to see more stuff like this in the future, and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. Everything you saw in this video will be linked down below, so click through those links. Many of those are affiliate links that'll help you support what I'm doing here, and you get sometimes a little bit of a discount off the gear that you buy. You can also go to patreon.com/bestdamnedc to support there. And if you like this shirt, specifically for July 4th, or this hat and some other gear from me, you can go to carrycommission.com and buy the stuff directly from me. It's one of the best things you can do to support what I'm doing here. But once again, I want to thank our sponsor for this video, Nutsack. And with all of that said, and until next time, carry on.